to change the odds for every bookmaker in the country.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar.
What's up, everybody? The Gritty Gamblers are back in the building. Ole Miss is out of here, but the Gritty Gamblers are here, baby. And we're all, hey, don't worry, we're not decommitting.
Brother took my thunder. I was gonna make fun of them first. man, I got this one homie here, Ole Miss fan. He was telling me that the first two that decommitted. He was telling me the first two that decommitted just lost their fifth star, just got their fifth star, so they were going out looking for more money. Which I mean, that would make sense. And then the homie from Alabama decommitted from Mobile, and then they lost three, and they like that's three of their best like 5-6 recruits, if I'm not mistaken, bruh. Two of them, if they just getting a 5-star,
like blew up like right before the show.
Yeah, we had to bring it up. I mean, I saw that. There was a little bit of Ayuk to DC moves potentially, man. Hey, the DC front offices got motion for the first time in forever, man. Alex Sarr wants to come play for the Wizards. He doesn't want to go to the Atlanta because he wants to come play for the Wizards, come play with Bilal. You got the Commanders getting a little bit of motion, being able to go and have someone like Ayuk want to go play with their quarterback, man. Hey, man, first time in my life DC's had motion in the sports game, man, in front office world, man. It's a great thing to see. Great thing to see. But, yeah, Ole Miss, we laughing at you. All right, but back to your regularly scheduled programming. I do need to get this off before we get into the recap. I currently have Columbia moneyline with Luis Diaz to score or assist. I am pissing my pants because I did not press James. I literally hovered over James, but I was like, he's -1. He's plus 100. Come on. I didn't realize that he was going to have both assists in the first half, literally whipping from a free kick and then whipping the ball in from like 30 yards out on the left part of the field. I know James is different for Colombia, but come on, man. And it's not like Luis Diaz has been playing bad. He's been playing good, and he's getting looks. He just hasn't finished. So it's like, I needed to lead off with that before the recap because I do have that bet in. I think it's like plus 500 with the boost. We do have 2 boosts tonight in use. Yeah, bro. Columbia moneyline was only minus 150, and they're playing a team in Paraguay who hasn't scored in the last 2 of 9 matches, and Colombia is undefeated since 2020. They're on like a 24-game win streak, Colombia. Bro, the Group D, bro, you know who's playing tonight? We're going to have all our fake Adidas jerseys on, and our second TV probably be watching Brazil versus whoever they're playing. Because Brazil plays tonight. Brazil. They're minus 1,100. We're not going to bet on them, but it's fun to watch, man. Brazil's one of the most fun teams to watch in the world, man. I got to always give Brazil credit. But yeah, I need to lead off the show with that because Colombia is playing right now. It's halftime. If you want to get in a bet, I bet you the odds of Colombia is terrible. I bet you the odds on Luis Diaz is great. And if you want to take a chance, it's a nice little play at this point, dude. You got 45 minutes if he doesn't get subbed off, if they don't score too much to get a goal or assist. So he was already plus money before. He's definitely going to be even more plus money now. So definitely a good shout on Luis Diaz right now. I just needed to bring that up because the game's at halftime right now.
All right.
But that, did you have anything live right now?
Nah, nothing live. Wait, let me check. Let me see when these games start.
Because then I can just, if not, we can just get into the recap. I'll pull this up.
Yeah, Cincinnati Reds start in like 10 minutes. Take the Reds.
Okay. So getting into the recap, I just talked a little soccer, so we'll come back to the soccer recap in a little bit. Did you have any big recap from the weekend, bets-wise, though, as a whole?
Nah, I had Texas A&M. I've gotten everything right on this College World Series. I had Texas A&M game 1. I had Tennessee game 2. Tennessee also took Tennessee at plus money, barely.
When they were losing on. They were losing yesterday.
So
yeah.
I took them to win the series when they were down, when they lost the first game, and then we've been riding that.
Okay.
And missing parlays, doing dumb stuff. Doing dumb stuff. That's what it is.
Just to get a quick recap on the MLB, the Astros are starting to make a strong comeback. They're leading the league in batting average. They just swept a strong Orioles team over the weekend in a 3-game sweep. That's kind of scary. I mean, the Astros started the year off horribles, man. So if the Astros start to get right and they have these cheap betting odds, man, I mean, it's gonna be a good option. I mean, I don't know exactly if they play tonight. I can double check that later when we look at MLB leans for the week. But I mean, that's very interesting to me because if you're getting the Astros at cheap prices until the books have fully adjusted them being good again, then you're gonna be a little bit in booming and you're gonna get a little bit more bang for your buck when you're betting on them. So that's something to look at. Another thing I wanted to bring up, the Guardians have been hot. They're on a 5-game streak right now. And we're gonna bring them up a little bit in leans later too because the Guardians run into the Orioles, who are on a 3-game losing streak. We'll talk about that more later, but that's interesting to me because you got streaks in opposite directions, but they're both very good teams. And to be completely honest with you, the Orioles still might be better than the Guardians, even with how it's been. So the Orioles are an elite team, like their lineup's one of the best in the league, but they're just going through a little rough spot right now. And then interesting to me that I did want to highlight is the Rangers are not that good right now, but they did sweep the Royals. They did sweep the Royals, who are solid. I mean, the Central are starting to take their lumps right now. The AL Central started this season really, really hot, and I mean now you're starting to see now they have a little bit more overvalue on their betting lines. They're starting to take more lumps. The only team that's really been standing firm and standing tall is the Guardians, which we've already mentioned, on a 6-game winning streak right now. So shout out Cleveland, man. They're doing good. The Central, we're going to discuss another team a little bit. There was a lean I liked on them, but we can discuss them as a whole in the recap. The Brewers haven't been on like a crazy streak, but they're keeping up with their wins and their losses. Our old buddy Peralta's on the mound tonight. I couldn't bet him tonight just because he burned me too much recently in the few times that I bet on the Brewers since he got hot at the beginning of the year. But the Brewers as a whole have still contained and been pretty solid this year, so that's something to look at because the books still don't give them respects in some matchup.
Wait, Peralta's on the mound?
Yeah. I mean, he's not been so good recently, man. ERA's going up. He's taking L's like on his decisions.
I don't know. I'm not gonna touch it.
Yeah, man. I'm not really going to touch them tonight. They did have good movement, though, and I put that in the lean. So since we're bringing it up here, we can mention it now. The Brewers did have good movement when I looked at it this morning. I haven't seen it since when I was doing this report. Actually, I did this one in the afternoon around like noon, so not so long ago. They had solid movement around then. But Peralta is on the mound tonight. I personally did not take them, but I thought it was going to be a good shout. So that's always something to bring up. But that's pretty much it from the MLB recap on my part. The one thing I did want to bring up, the UFC Fight Night card on Saturday, brother. I don't know if you got to catch it, but it was a great card. I kind of fell asleep during the early parts of it because, you know, me and the prelims, they don't get together sometimes. But when it came to the main card, brother, Robert Whittaker, I said, so we went 1 for 2 on our locks because we had 2 locks on that card. We had Robert Whittaker in the main event, which, like you also brought up, some of the articles you were reading said he was undervalued, and he was. He knocked out the guy. Matter of fact, do you want to see some? Should we watch some knockouts?
Yeah, we can do that.
Let's watch some knockouts. We can watch the Whittaker knockout too if you want to see this dirty uppercut he landed. He knocked him out first round parlay.
I should have taken it. I forgot it was on, honestly.
It was the reason why is because it was a Saturday Saudi card. It was 3 p.m. in the afternoon.
Yeah, I was.
You used the UFC at 10 p.m. See if you can find Robert Whittaker knockout. If you go on Twitter, I know it's there.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Okay. I didn't know if you went.
Sure, I'm making sure it's there.
Oh, yeah. Easy. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. This is not. This is an old fight. This is him with DPC. This is old fight. This is an old fight right here. Turn this off real quick. This is Duplessis. This is the wrong one. This is the old fight.
All right, that's what I was thinking. It didn't seem like the right one.
Nah. Let me see it. Scroll. Welcome to the process, y'all. You can just see. You can see this with us. Keep going. We don't need to see that one. It's on here somewhere, bro. They did not delete it. Come on, UFC. Don't be crazy. It's on here somewhere. Oh yeah, that's it. This is the one right here. We can watch it with.
Oh, good shot, buddy. Buckled his ass. Go get him. Go get him. Go get him. Oh!
Yeah, restarted without. Restarted without the.
Yeah, buddy.
Look at this, brother. Whitaker walks down and yeah, and then the uppercuts will put him down. Yeah. Shout out Alisarov for taking the fight on short notice. I give him credit for that, but Whitaker, Bobby Knuckles is a different beast. This is the one we got right, most definitely. We said Bobby Knuckles was gonna win that fight. However, the one we got wrong was Sergey Pavlovich. I mean, he was coming off a loss, and the last time he was coming off a loss, he ripped off a 7-fight knockout streak, and he proceeded to get his face jabbed off for 3 rounds straight. And after, I wanted to bring this up, I even typed it up in the recap, but I don't know if you saw this. Well, I don't think you saw it because you said you didn't really see much from this card. Brother, this man was such a sore loser after the fight. The guy came over to him to be respectful after he just jabbed his face off for 3 rounds and pretty much handled him. The guy shoved him. He shoved him while he's bleeding all over the place, like he's pissed off.
That was up too. That was like all I could find was heated argument.
Yeah, he shoved him after the fight. It's embarrassing, bro. You're a sore loser. He was probably seen as the scariest heavyweight before that fight, and now you look like a soft, sore loser, brother. You're on a 2-fight losing streak now. Back of the line, buddy, Pavlovich. Embarrassing performance. Absolutely embarrassing performance. It's like he didn't want to fight the guy. He looked scared. Embarrassing, but the rest of the card, I did want to bring up some other highlights because it was a great card. Shabit made his UFC debut. He can only fight in the UFC due to an eye. He has an eye issue, but he's a very technical striker. Good debut, solid debut for him. Kelvin Gastelum just swindled the UFC, man. He showed up. He was so overweight they had to move weight classes for the fight, brother. They moved it from welterweight to middleweight. And D-Rod, the guy he was fighting, like a real G, took the fight. He didn't back out. And because he didn't back out, he got a 6-fight new fight contract. He got 30% of the guy's purse. He said he got a raise, too. So shout out for D-Rod for that, man. Real one for that. Good for him in taking that fight. Even though you didn't win the fight, because Gastelum, he came in off all this food, man. He had all this energy. He was ready to fight. Gastelum, they said this might be one of his last fights at the company, though it's bad. But that was a overall very solid fight night card. I was hyping it up as one of the best of the year, and it definitely delivered in my opinion. Great card. It could have been much better because of what was announced, but hey, it was a good card. And I did want to highlight Volkan one-time Uzdemir. Absolute. Hey, you want to see a real parlay? One more knockout. Let's look at this one more knockout. Look up Johnny Walker KO. Vicious knock. He got put down. Stretchered. I don't know if he didn't actually get stretchered, but he was flanked like a board, bro. It's bad, bro. He got one time. First round knockout too, bro. Vicious. Whoo. Yeah, Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker knockout. He got put down. If it's from this weekend, it should be there. Yeah, it's good. Him versus Volkan Uzdemir. I didn't want to make you type out Volkan Uzdemir. I thought that's crazy. I'm not gonna do that to you. No respect to Volkan Uzdemir, but Johnny Walker a little easier to type out. It's honestly a worse knockout reaction than the other one, bro. Johnny Walker got flatlined.
Nah, there's nothing new on there.
All right, I'm not gonna make you type out Volkan Uzdemir, but moral of the story is, brother got put. Woo! Woo! Y'all know that Lil Wayne meme when he saw that on that one DC Young Fly show, the 95 South, When he reacted, that Lil Wayne, when he went, whoo! Yeah, that's what that knockout was. Vicious knockout. First fight of the card, on the main card, bro. Absolutely destructive knockout, man.
Was he laying on the ground?
Yeah, dead fish.
All right, I got it.
Okay, let me see this.
Was he already laying on the ground and he went and hit him?
Maybe, yeah. That's the end of it, yeah. Let me see.
All right,
Pull it up. Let me before you play it. I can just see. I should be able to tell because I watched it. So I might have been half asleep, waking up from the prelims, but I saw that one. That's the one that woke me up. Hold up. Let me see something. Give me a second. Yeah, this is the one. Stiff as a board, man. Stiff as a board. And mind you, he landed a shot right before this that put him there, but that's the one that really put him stiff. That put him stiff. Oh. But I'm so excited because we recapped a nice fight night card, and you know what we get to cover on Thursday, Parlay?
What's that?
UFC 303.
Let's go.
We got Alex Pereira fighting in the main event, stepping in on short notice because Conor McGregor had to pull out and defending the light heavyweight title against Yuri Prohaska. We have Brian Ortega versus Diego Lopez in a thriller fight. I find it interesting that Diego Lopez is early favorited on that. I do want to highlight Brian Ortega being plus 115 is very interesting. People thought he took a lot of damage in his last fight, but what people don't understand is Ortega's different with the grappling, bro, with the BJJ. If he gets you on the ground in a certain position, he's going to choke the life out of you. So that's one thing to highlight. Anthony Smith being against another short notice fight versus Roman Dolce. Anthony Smith's actually kind of building up his own. He's doing a lot of talking at light heavyweight. He got a couple wins right now. Dolce's a very good fighter. He's stepping in on short notice, though, and that's the one thing we have to take notice with a lot of these fights. He's also on a 2-fight losing streak that is at a different division, though. That was at middleweight, if I'm not mistaken. He is now stepping in at light heavyweight on short notice. This might actually be a decent fight for him. However, one thing I will give Anthony Smith credit for is he's very good on the ground, and he's very good with his jiu-jitsu, so look out for that. Michael Page versus Ian Machado Gary. I'm not going to give any thoughts on this. I'm going to sound like a hater if I talk about it, so I'm just going to say this. Go Michael Page. I hope you win this fight, man. We do not want to see Ian and Gary win this dang fight, bro. There's actually a couple fights on these prelims I'll probably talk about, too, because it's a pay-per-view card, so they're going to have a little bit better prelims than some of these fight night cards. So, yeah, UFC 303 looks like a decent card for short notice and put together with it falling apart because of Conor. So, good stuff to talk about. Good stuff to talk about on Thursday.
Nice.
I think it's time we shift into recapping Game 6 and looking into Game 7 of the NHL Stanley Cup Finals, man, because just recapping the series as a whole, you have the Panthers go up in the first 3 games 3-0, look like they're about to sweep or gentleman sweep and dominate the Oilers, and the Oilers proceed to rip off 3 straight wins to tie this series up. Get this in a winner-take-all Game 7 in one of the greatest games we're probably going to ever have. The build-up to this game is one of the greatest hockey games you'll ever see. Just the way it's been built.
What's McDavid wearing tonight? Is he wearing all black? I hope so.
I don't know if it worked out for him the last time he did that, but
No, it started it flipped everything.
I'm trying to be.
It's actually right now. I think is what he's doing is wearing the gray suit and the black tie. I think that's what's really working.
Hey, everyone! One last time, we need Luis Diaz to get a goal or assist for Colombia tonight. Wumpa.
It's 2-0. You think they're gonna get another one?
Bro, I've been watching this game. They've been dominating them. But, like, the thing is, I don't know if he'll actually get enough of a chance to get a goal himself. They're going to probably score more. I don't know if he'll score. That's the issue. I hope he does, but And we're also going to recap a bunch of the soccer, too, because that's really what's going on right now. Yeah, man. None of this Guardiola Tacticos bullshit, man. Excuse me. I know people listening, but I had to get that off my chest, man. None of this Tacticos BS, man. This real ball. The European Championships, the Copa America right now, real ball. But sorry for the sidebar. Back to the NHL. But yeah, man. Like you said, McDavid's got something going on for him because they got some McJesus energy. Something's going on, bro. They're playing different. They've been bucking the trend mostly of the under staying under because they've been breaking the over a lot with how much the Oilers score. I do think that changes tonight, but that is something I've noticed since the Oilers took over the series is the over's been hitting a little bit more. Tonight's game, phew. All the marbles in Florida. You don't make up stuff like this, man. Some of the props. McDavid has more points in the playoffs than I think, and more assists in the playoffs than I think he broke Gretzky's record, if I'm not mistaken. He has 42 points, and he has more points in the playoffs this year than Pierre-Luc Dubois had on the season. And the Caps just traded for that asshole.
Man, Costa's down bad right now.
With them, yeah. How you trade for bro?
The second he gets IU, he'll be back up. So.
You're not wrong, but let me put it to you this way. Let me put it to you like this: when you trade for Pierre-Luc Dubois, a guy who's been toxic in 3 separate locker rooms, all right, I'll give him a break in Winnipeg, but 2, he got traded out of 2 locker rooms. Columbus, he's been in the league since 2016. He got traded out of Columbus. He got traded out of Winnipeg after a few years, and he didn't even last more than 1 year in LA, bro. After 1 year, they shipped him to us. So I just gotta hope that they can fix him here, man. I really don't, but I can hope. And if it works our way, it works our way, brother, man. But I had to get that off my chest. I don't even think I brought that up last podcast. I was so embarrassed to talk about the Caps after that deal, man. If it happened around then, I know it happened around either last episode or Friday, but I don't even want to bring that up, man. Disgraceful. Disgusting, man. But back to real hockey that's on right now. McDavid, Bouchard, our man Bouch has 32 points in the playoffs. That's crazy for a defenseman, man. Their power play is humming when they get the chance. For real. And for the team, honestly, I got to give Edmonton credit. I didn't think they had this physical in them, but throughout these entire playoffs, they've just time and time again proved it. The way they had to beat Vancouver down 3-2, winning 2 straight games, Game 6 and Game 7, on the road in Game 7. I mean, come on. They have experience in this situation tonight. Now, do I want the team from Canada to win? Absolutely not. No, but did I bet on the money line for this game? Absolutely not. No. I bet on the over-under. I took the under.
Okay.
I took the under, and I took Barkov to score a point, and I took our boy Evan Bouchard to score a point. Barkov has 22 points in these playoffs. He's been Florida's best player in these playoffs. He's been the only guy still playing when they were losing in these playoffs. He had a goal the other night when they lost 5-1. He's had a goal taken off when they were lost 5-3. Of course, he didn't score when they lost 8-1. He was scoring when they were winning. Barkov is the answer. He leads Florida in points. Bouchard, the price difference between Bouchard and McDavid is insane to score a point. McDavid's like minus 500. And then Bouchard's like minus 180. You're going to take the guy that's minus 180 off Juice alone just because even though it's 10 less points and it's not McDavid, he's getting a lot of touches on the power play 1-2, and he's on the same power play. So, and he's usually playing the minutes with McDavid as his ice server. So, you take Bouchard, in my opinion, instead of McDavid just because if you want to take both, you can take both if you want. But if you're going to pick one, I love McDavid. He's a great player, but minus 530 is a ridiculous price because, yeah, he's going to get a point, bro. We know.
Or you could do like me, have a pair of balls, be a little gritty, and take Sam Reinhart, Evan Bouchard, plus 1,200, both to score a goal. Let's go.
Bouchard got a score from the back line. Okay. Interesting. I see you, parlay.
It's gonna work.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game. I hope I don't fall asleep during it because I really want to watch that game. It's going to be tremendous television. Winner take all game 7 for the Cup. This could be the first time since 1993 that Canada wins a Stanley Cup, since the Montreal Canadiens in 1993, with Patty Waugh, the coach of the Islanders now, crazy, in goal. Jeez, man, that's crazy.
That's
For all the marbles today, man. But if you're gonna look at anyone to score tonight for the Panthers, look at Barkov is a decent shout himself. I look at the clutch guys. Look at someone like Draisaitl for the Oilers. Look at someone like Reinhart for the Panthers. If there's a time for them to show up, it's tonight in Game 7. Make your moment. Evan Rodriguez is a decent lotto from for the Panthers because he's slick with the puck. He has some good had some good moments in this series already. He already played one game where he took it over. I think he was the first star one game. So, yeah, man.
So
This
speaking
game's
of
so dicey tonight. What were you about to say, Parlay?
speaking of goals, we got the bonus I was telling you about on DraftKings. Bet the first goal scorer, and you get $2 towards a bonus bet every goal scored. Might not be that big if you're underhit, so we might need to think about this. Is this good value? Should we take McDavid at 900
To score?
the first goal, or Reinhardt plus 1,000?
900 versus plus 1,000. First goal, I'd go right. Is it just McDavid to score the first goal is 900?
Yeah.
I'd go Reinhardt because Reinhardt has a better shot at scoring the first goal, in my opinion. Because he has a much more likely chance of getting a point. I don't know if he's going to score right away.
You think Reinhardt?
Luis Diaz, please.
You think Reinhardt can score first though?
Yeah, it's happened before. I don't know if not in this series necessarily, but like I've seen it happen so many times this year. It's much more likelihood of that happening.
All right, bet I took it.
The man has 60 goals practically on this season. Like, yeah.
I took it. You better hit it.
Before we get into WNBA and some soccer coverage, since the game started, let's just do a recap because I know you mentioned it earlier. Let's look into it more because I've watched the games, so like I can break it down with you too. The College World Series. I mean, A&M came out and kind of took Tennessee's chain game 1 the other night, a couple nights ago. The way they played A&M, they had that one pitcher that was going on the mound. Prager, yeah, he was going great on the mound. You had Christian Moore go 0 for 4. Bro, Tennessee's bats have not. Tennessee, let me show you. Tennessee
0 for 5.
Yeah, and like this is a joke. And by the way, take this with respect.
That's the dude that hit the cycle, right? In the
He's
fourth
their best
inning?
player. He's their best player.
Yeah. He went 0 for 5.
Yeah. And now Tennessee, take this with
He
respect.
hit like a double.
Because Tennessee fans, I'm saying this with all respect and honest. I call your lineup the PED lineup. They're kids. They're not obviously on PEDs, but I call them the PED lineup because you guys are the number 1 seed for a reason. You guys have been hitting your way through this whole tournament. So when I see a team like A&M, who they've been hitting pretty well too, but their best player got hurt in this tournament. They don't have him. So when I see them fighting through their pitching and they're still able to go, and they almost sent them home yesterday if they don't hit that 2-run shot to go up 2-1, and then eventually they win like 5-1 or whatever. But it was in the 7th inning, and they cracked that one pitcher. They don't crack that freshman, bro, their season's over yesterday. So it's like, it's very eye-opening. That curse of the number 1 seed's very, very real, man. It's very real.
I was saying how boring the game was. I walked away, and
then you come back, and then the 2-run shot went, right?
Yo, Tennessee's up. I was like, no way.
Yeah, bro. I was watching live when it happened. It literally just bang, gone, far right.
I went and saw the replay. It was gone. Mine was a little back, so I saw it.
Yeah, it was pew, gone right out. But And the one thing I noticed is A&M has this one pitcher, Cortez. I don't know like how ranking in his they use him, but he was throwing 100 miles per hour. He threw 30 balls in terms of not. I'm not talking about pitches. I'm talking about balls and strikes. He threw 30 balls. That's ridiculous. He threw the same amount of balls as he threw strikes. About like, and then he ended up throwing like no, he threw a little bit more strikes, but he threw about like 100 pitches almost. He went and he's the one who held. Bro, I felt bad for him too because he held Tennessee. He held Tennessee, and then they had one more guy come in for an inning, and then a freshman came. Oh, Tennessee already scored.
Well, he was out there.
No way.
He scored.
We were just talking all. Christian Moore heard you, bro. He solo shot it in the beginning. It's lead off home run.
Solo, bet.
Yeah. Yeah. But, all right. Sorry, Christian. We didn't mean that. But that kind of proves my point about the PED. When they can hit, they hit. And, bro.
You say PEDs?
That's my joke. Oh, you're funny. You're funny.
You said PED, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not
yeah.
bugging. All right. Let's make
Yeah,
sure.
bro, that's my joke, bro. I literally make the joke with some of these Tennessee fans I know that they're giving them the PEDs that they give Liverpool fans and the Liverpool players in the breathing mask when they go dominate and run around the field and what they give the City players. Yeah, man, that's the joke I be making. You laugh when it was a Liverpool joke, but you shook your head when it was City. That's hilarious. But besides that, that's not even the point. Tennessee, I was just shocked at how A&M was able to hold them game one and then hold them so much in game two. And then once they got, because A&M's best arms are gone. So, let me see. Who's on the mound for A&M tonight? Let me see.
It's a bullpen game, bro.
Lampkin? Yeah, they're cooked. They're probably cooked. And that's why, the reason the whole moral of this is what you were saying, is that you kind of had this whole series right, man. You kind of do.
As long as the under hits, we need this under to hit.
Bro, oh yeah, Blake Burke already on base too.
So that might not be good.
Yeah, it's the one thing of playing with Tennessee is it is the PED lineup. They can get on base, man. They can play. But yeah, we'll update that a little bit throughout the show until we get out of here because that's a game going on right now. You know, I'm tracking that Luis Diaz, but I did want to highlight, because I didn't think we did it in the recap, so we'll do the recap of the first league, and then we can get into tomorrow's big game. The WNBA, man, what a weekend, bro. You see that game versus the Sky and the Fever?
Nah, but I know the Sky won.
But yeah, Angela Reese went off. She had 25 and 16. Kaylin Clark had 17 and 13, bro. It was a big game from the stars, man. From, like, the stars on the court, man. Great game. The one thing I wanted to highlight in the recap. What'd you say?
We can put the game on the side, right? Or is that copyright?
I think ESPN has the rights, but we already showed some of their stuff. I mean, how about this? Put it on in 7 minutes. We got 5. We'll have 5 minutes then. Yeah, put it on in like 7 minutes when we're on the way out. But yeah, we gotta be smart with it. We keep it under fair use. But because it's like timing, if I'm not mistaken, with how it works for YouTube. That's why I said like,
we can watch it where it's at right now. If you can see it, can you see it or no?
No.
You can't see it. I can see it.
No, it's fine. You can watch it then. Yeah, watch it. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm good, brother. I can keep track of it. Plus, I gotta keep up on this stuff. But the links, bro, you've been bringing them up a couple of weeks ago, and I just wanted to highlight they're on a 6-game winning streak right now.
They're nice, bro. They're nice.
They're hot, and the opposite of that is the Connecticut Sun, who started the season like 13-0, are now like I think they're 13-2. And they're 13-3, and they're on a 2-game losing streak, is what it is. And the Liberty are now back, man. The Liberty are 15-3. They're just rolling through teams. They take a couple losses here and there every once in a while, but they're mostly just rolling through teams, mowing along, bro. They're looking real strong. And the Liberty, I mean, they were in the finals last year. If the Aces don't get right, that's the team in the West that was supposed to really stop them. So, I mean, if the Aces don't get right, the Liberty are going to be damaging and running through this league this year, bro. For real. I mean, the Storm look good. They built up a good veteran roster. The Lynx have been playing well, as we mentioned. And then the Sun, they've already played, and they know how to play the Sun. So, That's gonna be super interesting. I know that's like my catchphrase, but super interesting.
Super interesting.
Very interesting. And the reason why I
Man.
bring that up is because you know who play tomorrow night in the big primetime game? The Liberty and the Lynx. I was setting the stage. So, looking at it right now, can you see line movement on right now, or can you not see the WNBA?
I can't see anything on WNBA.
So-
Actually, yeah, I can see line movement. I can't see money.
Okay, yeah. Because right now the Liberty opened up at -5.5. They are at home. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I do think this is for
Yeah, they
tomorrow night's
opened
game.
at 5.
Oh, so they already moved. So I do think the Liberty are gonna cover that, in my opinion. In these situations, the Lynx, they're good and they've been winning, but this is a road game and they've won their last 4 on the road at home. So I mean, 5 of the 6 winning streak were at home. So the only team they beat on the road now, it was the Aces, but the Aces, as we mentioned, were going through some stuff with injuries and adjusting. Now they're starting to get back together. They're starting to build their form up together again. So the Aces do look interesting in the future, but I did want to bring that up because the Lynx and Liberty is a big game tomorrow. 15-3 versus 13-3. I'm probably leaning the Liberty at the odds that they're at right now. I think they do end up covering.
Okay. I like that. I like the Liberty as well. We're looking at that line.
Hold up. Please don't tell me they subbed my boy off.
Yeah,
They didn't. They didn't sub my boy off yet. They didn't sub my boy off.
Oh, they on the mound.
I was talking about the Copa, my bad. So, while I'm here, let's recap the entire of the soccer weekend because it was a pretty big weekend in the soccer world. So, Germany
USA.
Brother, I'm gonna be honest with you. I felt bad talking to you about Germany because it was not looking good after. I know you that I literally felt so bad. I kept checking what you sent me as your ticket was for yesterday because I wanted to make
It
sure.
didn't matter because
I know a team lost. I was gonna get to that. I was gonna get to that. The
Rays
Rays lost, but I didn't want me to be the reason your bet hit. I would have felt bad. You know what I mean? I would have felt
and they
even
both
worse.
scored.
Everything hit from what we talked about. Like
Everything hit, but the Pirates suck.
bro, that's why it's like I felt bad at first, and then the last second, everything hit from Germany because Germany should not have won that game. Should not have drew that game. They got a goal late. Now they also actually, I take that back. They should have won because they had a goal called back off a foul, which would have hit everything earlier. But I digress. Also, Belgium, they heard the clowning. We made fun of them. They responded with a dominant 2-0 victory against Romania. They'll probably still end up winning that group in the end as long as they handle business versus, I think, Ukraine is who they play. As long as they handle business versus Ukraine, they'll make it in. Horrible ending for Croatia today. So they're playing. You want me to tell you set the steam? Did you see what happened? Yeah, man.
I heard about it.
Croatia's in the
Italia.
literally, bro. Italy, they're up 1-0 on Italy. They score in like the 60th minute. They go up 1-0. They hold that lead for 30 minutes, and then in the 90, they get 8 minutes of extra time. Italy. I hear this man screaming goal. Hold up. I hear this man screaming goal. I can, it's so loud I can hear it through my.
Did you get it?
You know what? I'm gonna wait a second. My phone's not updating right away. That means it just happened, so I'll give it a second. But back away from the Copa, back to the European Championship recaps. Yeah, just a great finish from Italy in the 97th minute. Beautiful finish.
Paraguay scored.
Oh, screw that.
And
Hey, that's good for us.
That's in Ciso.
That's huh?
In Kiso.
That's fine. That's good.
ENCISO. I don't fucking know.
That means Colombia got to play harder. That's good for us. Yeah, that's fine. But no, the recap of the European Championships, just the way it looks right now, Spain looks dominant, man. They're controlling the ball versus everybody. They went 9 points up in the group. I mean, they could. If you're gonna bet any team from the future so far to win the tournament right now today, it's Spain, in my opinion. They probably have the best odds. The worst odds because they're probably the favorite right now. But Spain is definitely looking very good. Belgium is probably gonna end up winning that group. Portugal looks very good too. Portugal probably will end up winning their all 3 of their games in their group. A team that does not look good, in my opinion, is England. They'll probably advance, obviously, but they just don't look good, man. They look shaky. France looks kind of shaky, but with Poland already eliminated, France should be able to eliminate Poland and get through there. The Netherlands are a sneaky team as well. You're going to see some great football coming up after the group stages. When we come back on Thursday, the round of 16 will be set, and we'll have some more to talk about for the European Championships, with Poland already being eliminated, Croatia being eliminated, a couple of these teams already being eliminated now. Hungary still has a chance to get in. Oh, yeah, we're at the 40-minute mark now, so, yeah, we can watch some of this game now if y'all want.
Well, keep going. You were saying the 40th minute?
Yeah.
The inning, maybe.
The main thing I wanted to highlight from the European Championship is just the popularity of it and how it's so much crisper football than a lot of the league play, and it's cleaner, and the way the ball's moving. I made a joke earlier, but Pep Guardiola really slowed down a lot of the soccer game with how robotic he made it, man. For real. It's not the beautiful game like it used to be, and you still see it on the world stage with how they play it. Great stuff, man. And moving on to the Copa, when you look at the Copa America, you had Argentina win on Thursday night with a 2-0 win over Canada. Very good win there. Dominant win, in my opinion. They held play. You had goals from both the future Argentinian strikers of the next few years in terms of Lautaro Martinez and Julian Alvarez. So good finishes from them. You had a very ugly classic South American match with over 40 fouls in the Chile versus Peru game with 0-0 draw on Friday night. That was a vicious game. Mexico lost their captain and West Ham player Edison Alvarez, but they did end up winning 1-0 versus Jamaica, so good performance in the end from them. They showed resiliency. But the main thing I wanted to talk about was the USA, man. Do you see that goal Pulisic scored yesterday, Christian Pulisic?
In this third minute?
Mm-hmm. Beautiful goal into the back corner. Kind of similar shot to how Italy's goal was scored today, from a different angle though, but same spot, different, like coming off a different angle, but beautiful strike into the far corner. Bulgum scored a second for us to win 2-0 versus Bolivia. They should have scored more, honestly, but still a great overall performance against Bolivia. Uruguay and Panama was a decent shot. Paraguay, Paraguay's playing right now. I meant Uruguay kind of dominated. They won 3-1. They could have played a little bit stronger, but overall they looked good in that. That USA Uruguay game is going to be very, very good in terms of matchup and exciting to see. I hope the USA can pull that out. This is one of the better USA teams you'll see in a while. And then, as mentioned by Parlay, Colombia did get scored on just now, but they are up 2-1, and then they close out the night for the first round games with the first group stage game of each team being Brazil versus Costa Rica tonight, which we're not even going to talk betting-wise because Brazil's a minus 1,100 favorite. But the reason I say that is then you have the kickoff of the second group stage games with Peru and Canada. That's going to be interesting. Canada might be able to get a win back there. I mean, they just weren't going to beat Argentina, bro. Canada's different. I mean, Argentina's different, but Canada does have some key players they could use. You have Chile and Argentina playing. That's going to be the game of the night tomorrow night. Very interested in that. Argentina should still be favored. Argentina's probably going to win the tournament, but probably their toughest game of the group, in my opinion. So, good look in that game. USA plays Panama next, so that's going to be a good game on Thursday. We're going to cover that more on Thursday night. They're going to be minus 200, so we're probably going to look into some props for that night to see if we can get either some Reina props, some Bulgum props, maybe some Pulisic props himself, the Chelsea reject. But, yeah, tons of stuff going on in the soccer stuff in the world of soccer. That's mostly what we're going to have to talk about. I mean, snap. The MLB series are restarting tonight. Did you have any MLB plays you wanted to get off?
The Dodgers.
The Dodgers. All right. I looked at them a little bit. I wanted to take the Mariners today.
The Reds, the Braves, the Brewers, the Dodgers. Reds, the Braves, the Brewers, the Dodgers, yeah.
Reds, Braves, Brewers, and Dodgers. Okay. Dodgers are playing the White Sox. They're getting no respect.
None.
Yo, what is this? What does Vegas think about Crochet? He's not, bro. I mean, he's good. Don't get me wrong, but come on. Come on. Relax. Relax. I see your point on the Dodgers. Yeah, that's crazy. And then you ended up betting on Peralta anyways. Fair enough. You didn't know it was him, though. You didn't know it was him, though. Yeah.
No, I put it in after I knew.
Oh, okay. And you got the Braves. They have good line movement, though.
And good money.
Well, I mean, they attribute to each other, so. The only team I wanted to bet on today, but I was scared to bet on them, was the Mariners, because I like when Woo's pitching, but I couldn't bring myself to do it.
The Mariners? What's the score?
Yeah. 0-0. They're playing the Rays right now.
Mariners aren't bad.
They're very good. I couldn't bring myself to do it because the last time I bet was his last game he pitched and they lost. So I was like, yeah, I'll wait. Let me skip this round. They had good movement though, if I looked right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's mostly it from the MLB. The series are just starting for this week for the new week, so we'll have some more on Thursday with the kind of quick review of how the week has been for MLB. But to start for the week, Brewers are going to be playing the Rangers. I see why you're taking the Brewers in that overall, though. The Brewers at home on top of that. I did want to give a small shout out to my Nats, bro. They're only a couple games out of the wild card right now. There's actually
And he got walked off by the Rockies.
That's fine. Bro, they're not supposed to be this good. I can take it, bro. Bro, if I can be you have to understand as a Washington sports fan. If I've cheered for the former Redskins, then the Washington football team, then the Commanders, I can deal with any professional sport brouhaha, bro. Nothing's worse than having to burn an RG3 jersey that costs over $100 and put it in and just throw it and force burn it out of anger. Yeah, bro.
You burned it?
That. I've burned 2 jerseys in my life, and they both cost $100. Yeah. That's how you know I'm a real fan, though. I have other Redskins jerseys, but I had to burn the RG3s, bro. I'm sorry. They left your ACL on the field in the middle of FedEx, bro. I had no choice. You're trying hard not to laugh right now. You put your face down. Yeah, I can be real about it. That's literally the truth. You're not going to hear about it from any other fan. The Shanahan family let RG3, his rookie season, leave his knee in the middle of FedEx. They let him. They didn't protect him from himself, and that's gonna be. And they say he was a diva, and he probably became it in the end. But bro, he was good. He was a good player. He could have made a difference, and they let him get hurt, and that changed his career. Because if he didn't have the same speed and the same legs, it's not like he was the A1 passer. He was a good passer. He wasn't a great passer, so he needed that ability. He was a track runner, for crying out loud. He has elite speed. So yeah, if I could deal with that and watching Rex Grossman play crazy ball on my screen, if I could literally be watching the screen when J.J. Watt snapped Alex Smith's leg in the middle of the field, then yeah, I could deal with any other sports. Trust me, I can deal with any other sport.
Bet.
He just says bet. Like, bro, trust me, you have to understand. How long have you been a Colts fan? Because if you have you been long enough to see them win, obviously, right?
Yeah, 2006, 2007 they won a Super Bowl.
That's my point. You at least saw a Super Bowl. You at least saw a Super Bowl.
And then downhill from there.
But at least you were the team you cheered for. You got to
broke neck.
Yeah, once Peyton had to get that surgery with the weird surgery. Now, we're going to end it off.
Then he gets hurt, retires. Shoo! Slowly rise.
But at the end of the day, Parla, you get my point. You, as a live fan, got to at least see a Super Bowl, right? You know my point.
We're rising. We're slowly rising back up.
You still got to see a Super Bowl as a live fan. And on top of that, you're not a Commanders fan, bro. I don't know how else to say it, bro. You didn't have to see Dan Snyder as an owner for 20 years. There is no worse fandom in the NFL. And now it's the Panthers, at least. At least now it's the Panthers. But before, there was no worse. No, you know it too because you see it on the radio and all that stuff out there. Like it's wicked. But.
Yeah, I was listening to the radio today, bro. It's so funny. What the song? Oh, they were talking about the WNBA this morning. This dude's like, no, it was
you can't
the other
listen
day.
to the media on the,
the other
WNBA,
day.
bro. They don't know. What they're talking about,
He said, you know, man, this NBA, I don't like it. This WNBA, basically it was getting to, you know, they play with fundamentals, they block out, they, you know, shoot through the shot, they do everything you're supposed to do. And he's saying that the NBA doesn't do it, which he's right. They don't do anything. They just showboat. And the WNBA is like the old NBA because now I'm adding stuff because they're like, dude, they're aggressive.
You know what I'm about to say, partner, right?
They hate youngins.
You know what I'm about to say, right?
What?
Hey. Relax, 1. 2. 2. What I was really going to say is, if y'all want to watch that, go watch the damn Euro League, man. NBA is the best basketball product in the world. Well, now you can go watch the WNBA because y'all didn't want to watch it before. But before, I would have said just go watch the damn Euro League.
When's the Euro League start? In the summer, right? I used to follow Euro basketball and have updates.
I've watched it in the past too myself. It's just not. I like watching NBA products. It's kind of, if I'm not mistaken, spring ball. If I'm not mistaken, like kind of like when European is on too. So at the same time as like when the soccer team's on, like at the end of the year towards like winter and into the spring, like that.
All right, bet.
But yeah, I would watch Eurobasket if that's the case because they got some guys out there. Plus, you'll get to see some future NBA prospects too. It's kind of like a best of both worlds. But I mean, at this point, I think me and Parlay are just kicking the can. So with that being said, I don't really got too much left. Do you, Parlay?
Nope.
Man, shout out Game 7 tonight. It's gonna be an amazing show. Luis Diaz is robbing us, man. We got to parlay for that game, Joe. Man, I'm not trying to see that, man. I'm really not trying to see no Canadians win, bro. But that's the man Parlay Joe right there, man.
That's Matt.
And we the Gritty Gamblers, man. We'll see y'all on Thursday with another one, man. Peace.
We out.
Whenever I bet, I can change the odds for every bookmaker in the country.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.